Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola! From the west side. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Uppity. Hey, Miss Mahogany. Hey, TC. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. And Uppity, girl, you just keep putting fire out on your channel. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, James. Now, I did, speaking of Uppity Unicorn, I did post on my community wall earlier today a video that she did, I believe it was yesterday, discussing echolea. And I would encourage people to go take a look at that, take a listen to that, because she gives a really good description of it. One of the things that I haven't discussed a lot on my channel is the difficulty in diagnosing autism in females, and that there are a number of women who find out that they have autism as adults. And one of the reasons is because for girls or for women, we're naturally more very, very verbal. And for those girls that do not have that particular characteristic of autism, where they lose their verbal skills because they're probably more towards the Asperger end of autism, go undiagnosed. because they don't have what you would call the typical symptoms of autism. And they may not even be diagnosed as ADHD. So I just wanted to kind of encourage people to listen to that particular video that she put out, because she really does go into details about autism. She also gives the history, not of autism, echolea, sorry. She also gives history of how we got the term Asperger's. Yep. So I encourage people to go listen to that. She's got other great content on her channel as well. Great content. And although Uppity Unicorn has not actually, well, I don't know, she may have an actual diagnosis at this point, but what I see in regards to her is that she appears to be a female on the spectrum. And of course, I am not an expert. I'm only an expert on my child who has autism, but just on my observations and of just things with her. But let's get into some of this madness that is going on the platform and in the world. And I didn't talk about this the other day because I wanted to kind of see what was going to happen, how this was going to pan out. But you guys, as people have been, buried in the drama that is the aftermath of Kevin Samuel's death, we have a number of people connected to the music industry, specifically the rap side of it, that are fixing to go down on racketeering and trafficking charges, including Young Thug. And that would be trafficking of women, girls, if we want to say. But racketeering, y'all, what is going on? What the F is going on? Now, I don't know all the background behind this, but this was an investigation that was going on for a long time before they arrested homeboy. So let me just pull this up. Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second, guys. And I am coming on camera. Because that's just my thing. Alright, give me a second. Let me come on camera. Hey, everybody. Okay, so let me bring up this article that I had. Georgia seems to be the hot spot. You think? Atlanta. Just crazy. All right, so let's pull this up. Now, the article that I'm looking at is in Rolling Stone in regards to Young Thug. All right, so here we go. Young Thug was arrested Monday afternoon in Georgia on gang-related charges, according to online jail records. The Go Crazy rapper, legal name Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is accused of conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization RICO Act and participation in criminal street gang activities, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The RICO Act charges come from an alleged offense committed in January of 2013, y'all. What year is this, y'all? 2022. So we're talking about something that happened over 9 years ago. Let me continue. While the gang activity charge is from an alleged May 18th incident. So they're putting two things together on him. Young Thug's arrest comes in the wake of a 56-count grand jury indictment filed in Georgia's Fulton County that names 28 members or associates of the YSL. Let me continue. Criminal street gangs, including fellow rapper Gunna, legal name Sergio Giovanni Kitchens, who was also charged with one count of conspiracy to violate RICO. I'm just looking, because I swore that there was some type of other stuff in there. One second, you guys. This boy is 30 years old, and he has thrown his life away. He's thrown his life away. Got a Grammy. Grammy ain't gonna save you from jail, though. Ain't gonna save him from jail, y'all. This is just crazy. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Excuse me. What you doing? Are you trying to get me to get a copyright strike? Stop turning the TV up. Sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. So they raided his Buckhead home. Everything is happening in Buckhead, a part of Atlanta. Because wasn't the apartment that Kevin Samuels in Buckhead? One second, y'all. Monday's arrest marks yet another brush with law enforcement for the chart-topping rapper. How is this just a brush with the law if you're being charged with RICO? Help me understand that. How is that a brush with the law? How's that a brush? Let's see. I'm just looking.
So in 2018, the rapper was booked on felony drug charges stemming from a September 27 traffic stop. I'm just trying to understand this. Okay, so y'all, because it was probably marijuana he was caught with. Young people. Especially those of you who live in states where cannabis is legal recreationally. Please, 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 please. Don't carry that stuff around in the car with you. Don't get high in the car. Don't get high when you're getting ready to drive. If you're going to get high, stay your high ass home. Do that part. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, why are people being caught with marijuana in their car still? And he could have found other stuff in it. But in general, it's usually MJ. It's usually the MJ. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I have a little drink here. And in this cup is none of your business. That's what I'm drinking tonight. None of your business. Because I'm grown. As Tabitha says. But I don't understand people being caught with marijuana all the time anymore. I'm in my head, I'm just trying to think when I was younger, when I was young and dumb. Nope. I can't say that I rode around in the car with MJ. Now, I did tell you guys what I did in my college days. Let's just say I have a little green thumb. I've got a very green thumb. And in this day and age, if I were to partake, I would probably grow my own. Because it's, legal in the state that I'm in. And then I would damn sure not be out in public with any. That's not cute. That's stupid. It's stupid. So, if these charges stick, Young Thug is going to be going away for a very, very long time. A very, very long time. Very long time. So, let's get into the other Buckhead news. And FYI, when you guys hear my son talking a lot of times in the background and everything, that is an example of an adult speaking in echolea. He does it a lot. You'll hear him, saying a whole lot of stuff in the background. He's not talking to anyone. He is digitally downloading stuff that he's heard, and he's replaying it. Another example of echolea. Yes, I'm talking about you.
You, okay.
See? There you go. He just gave you an example right there.
Did.
Simply proving my point. About Echolia. Moving on. So let's get on to the next part about the Buckhead News, Kevin Samuels. So there's been a lot of crazy speculation surrounding the death of Kevin Samuels, much of which has not been substantiated. And I am highly tempted to go subscribe to TashaK.com for $2.99 so I can see what she had to say on her website that she won't be saying on YouTube. Is that right? About the things that apparently were in the works for Kevin Samuels. We all could see that he was about to go someplace else other than where he currently was. But nonetheless, let's talk about some of this madness that is surrounding his death. First thing first, we've come to the realization that he was, from all reports that we can get, the man was not 52 or 53. He was not born in 69. He was likely born in 65 or 66. Which would have made him 56 or 57. Having just had a birthday. Number two, we do not know for a fact if a heart attack was the cause of death for Kevin Samuels. There's been a number of people who are in the medical field who have come out and made a statement, which, I'm not in the medical field, so I wouldn't have even thought about it from that perspective. But they are correct in the statement is that generally that is the generalization. It's not, because the heart does stop. However, cardiac arrest does not mean that you had a heart attack. It just means that the heart stopped. Hey, Terry. So I do agree that we don't know that it was a heart attack. We know that on the 911 call that the young lady said she thought it was his heart as a nurse. Because of his breathing. But it didn't have to be his heart. He could have been having a stroke. It could have been a number of other things that looked like it was his heart. Okay? So we will have to wait until the autopsy report comes out. Although we do know from the 911 calls that he was complaining about chest pains prior to when he fell on top of her and did not want to go to the hospital. So apparently he had complained about it, I don't know, the night before or earlier in the morning. I don't know. But he didn't want to go to the hospital. The other craziness that's going around, Jesus take the wheel, is that Melanie King was there, and Kevin was going to see this other woman, and she got mad and put something in his drink before she left. Yes. Now, that's utter nonsense, okay? The other theory is that, and I saw this one on Lady Snoop's TV. Shout out to Lady Snoop. Let me hold up 1 second, but sneeze. One more sneeze. Sorry, y'all. I knew it was coming. There may be another one coming. I was cooking something spicy right before, and I think there's some pepper on my nose. So shouts out to Lady Snoop TV. So she showed where, the clip from the night before, where it appears that whoever was there with him gave him a drink. And so people were thinking that maybe, that she might have put something in his drink. I highly, all these theories about, people killing him. I don't think it's true. I don't think that somebody put something in his drink to mimic a heart attack. I don't think any of that stuff happened. Okay. I do think that it's odd, though, that some YouTuber in obscurity predicted 4 months ago that Kevin Samuels was going to die in 2022. I do think that's kind of odd. Hey, Angel, how are you? That I do think is kind of odd. I don't know if they were reading cards, talking to spirits, how they came up with that one. I'm not into the card reading and that occult stuff. But, I do find it odd that someone had predicted, his death. Do I think that there's odd circumstances around him dying? Not yet. What I see is that, he was like other Black men in their 50s that are not married. And don't have a relationship. He was out there in the dating scene. And apparently he was, dating differently than what he spoke of on his program. And I personally, I think a lot of the stuff that he said on his program was his point of view, was what he felt that Black women should do, younger Black women should do. I think that he was clearly out of touch as to how the dating economics, how the dating dynamics works with those in that younger age group, millennials. I do. And he was talking about a relationship dynamic that it doesn't exist for the most part for this age group, at least in this country. They're not necessarily doing traditional relationships or traditional marriages. Hell, they ain't getting married. So many are opting for shacking up instead of marriage. Many of them don't understand that marriage is not just a piece of paper. Yeah. That's what they think. And it takes work if you want to have a good one. Just like if you want to have a good relationship, period. A good relationship takes work. If you're not doing anything, I'm not saying that if a relationship is easy breezy, I'm not making the comparison that you should have to work hard at a good relationship, but you do have to work. No relationship that is worth having is not something that you're doing some type of work to keep that relationship together. If you don't work, if somebody's not working to keep it together, it doesn't stay together. My opinion, of course. Of course, that's my opinion. So, but I'm finding all these conspiracy theories behind Kevin's death just crazy. You've got some people out there saying that he faked his death and that he's really still alive. That kind of stuff. Sorry, you guys, I got distracted by a skating commercial. Skating is my thing. There's this commercial where this girl is skating through the streets of New York. So, I just saw it. I went to Kevin's channel a little bit every once in a while. He would come up in my freaking recommendations, even though I wasn't subscribed to him. I don't talk about anything like him on my effing channel. Nor do I subscribe to, no. Maybe it's because I do subscribe and I do support some of the Manosphere channels. Like, I subscribe, I support Angry Man, I support Sheep Stay Sweet DS1, Ebo, you know, a couple others, but see, I don't support, those youngsters and their nonsense over there. Most most of the men in the manosphere that I actually, support are the men who are already, grown and married, and they're not necessarily preaching, you know, crazy message about not getting married, which is very interesting. Another point, people are trying to change the message that Kevin was out here talking about. Now people are trying to say that he was about family, he was about marriage. Now that might have been his underlying y'all, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little hot in here. Might have been his underlying motivation, but that's not what he was talking about. Maybe he did support marriage and Black marriage specifically. However, that is not what he was talking. That was not his talking points. And how are you guys trying to change what this man's talking points were? Just insane to me. What I saw was a man who first, talked crazy to Black men and, told them what the heck that they needed to do. They gave him the middle finger, and then he moved on to Black women because guess what? Everybody likes to tear us down and make money off of us. And he saw that that was a way that he could hit. So he kept doing that and doing that and doing that until it took him viral, with average at best. Because until he, had that with that young lady, majority of the people didn't know who the heck he was. And that was what? Last year. And he had been doing that for a little bit of time before that, for several years. That's what took him viral. But I believe that he was going to probably shift his talking points in mainstream. I do. Another one of the theories out there that's floating around, and we have nothing to substantiate this, is that the young lady who was with him had been talking to him and they had been in, I guess, communications. And that he was looking at her as someone he wanted to marry. Other theories are that, she was his girlfriend experience. But at this point, we don't know ish, okay? The autopsy is not back. And we probably won't have that information for a few more days. Because trust and believe, they're going to be very freaking thorough. Let me see what you're saying. Oh, no worries, Miss Mahogany. You're good. You're good. They're gonna be thorough. They're gonna be thorough. So we will find out if the initial, rumor that he had a heart attack after having sex is in fact the truth. But cardiac arrest is a general term that they use initially. And I have to think about that too, because I remember when my mom went to the hospital when she was complaining of chest pains, and I took her to the hospital. This is years before she died. Took her to the hospital, and like her, they showed me the x-ray. My mom's chest was like huge. It was just crazy. And they used the term cardiac, because basically when someone goes into cardiac arrest, it means that the heart has stopped. But the heart stopping doesn't mean that you had a heart attack. It could be something else. So I agree. We don't know. Hey, 1SP. I agree. We don't know. We don't know yet. And I think that the news outlets are probably premature in putting out that. But that story has gotten legs like wildfire. And I think part of it is because of the 911 call. In the 911 call, you hear the young lady saying, "It must be his heart," or "I think it's his heart," because he has, he's got an erratic heartbeat. But again, I'm not a medical, person. I'm not in the medical field. But I do know enough to know that, cardiac arrest just means that the heart stopped. Doesn't mean that a heart attack was the actual, reason that the person is deceased. So we just need to wait and ignore all these crazy ass theories that are out there. I know everybody thinks it's, people think that it's so weird that someone in their late 50s drops dead of an apparent heart attack. But I've already told you guys that, it's not uncommon, unfortunately, in our community. It's not uncommon. And again, we don't know if there were, underlying health issues. We have no idea, But just because a person is my size doesn't mean that they have a healthy heart. Doesn't mean that they don't have high blood pressure. Doesn't mean that they could not potentially be pre-diabetic or be diabetic. What you see on the outside does not determine what's going on the inside of somebody's body. Especially if you are burning the candle at both ends, like what we saw was going on with Kevin. You know? And I recognize he was on a mission, but let's say only issue concerns the fact of the person that people want to blame. Yeah, Black women are not, yeah, that's the crazy thing. That's what I was talking about, how they were saying, they were trying to make Melanie King, who wasn't even with this man, trying to say she was there earlier, yeah. And now they're trying to blame it on her program on the day of his death and all kinds. I just came with y'all. Okay. It's just a whole bunch of nonsensical stuff going on out there, okay? Now, you can be mad at the reactions of women who, are celebrating this man's death, okay? You can be mad about that, but you cannot tell them how to react. You can't. Because Kevin said some despicable things to a lot of people. And a lot of people just did. And he was not, it'd be one thing if he was this person that everybody loved. But he was not. And unfortunately, he targeted Black women and made his money off of the backs of Black women. So can you blame them? Can you blame us? I was not his audience. I wasn't listening to that fool. I told y'all. What is a twice divorced man who is younger than me gonna tell me about relationships when clearly he doesn't know how to stay in one? And I'm not in the age demographics because I'm in my 50s. So why would I even be in his age demographic? I'm not out there looking for a relationship to have no children, okay? In my relationship is this is all about companionship when you're in this age range. And if I don't know my own worth and don't know how to get with, to be with someone who is compatible with me and that I'm not arguing with and who's not, treat me like ish at this age, then shame on me. But I certainly didn't need Kevin Samuels to help me out. I don't know what my son is up there doing, y'all. He's probably tearing stuff up. One moment. I'm gonna go off camera for a second. Let me go see what the heck is going on. Enjoy the music. I'm gonna mute myself too. I'm back, y'all. Let me come back on camera. All right. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me mute myself for a second. Sorry about that, y'all. He come down here, he likes to have his conversations on speaker. Well, I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? Go upstairs with that. Y'all can't hear it, but I can. I can hear it. He likes to have conversations on speakerphone, which is rude as F. Okay? I don't want to hear your conversation. Used to work for the Patriots. Oh, you know how to read lips. Well, that's fine. I wasn't cursing him out. I was just trying to figure out why he was coming down here with that phone on speaker. I was using my mama voice, so that's why I put it on mute. But in regards to the death of Kevin Samuels, let's stop with all the freaking speculation. Wait for the autopsy report to come out. Find out what the real cause of death was. But regardless of the fact, it still should shine a light on men's health. And it should also shine a light on having good heart health. Because even if his heart was not the, what actually caused it, it was just, one of the symptoms behind whatever was going on. He was complaining, he was having chest pains. So that to me says that it was probably involved. But again, I am not a medical, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I do not work in the medical field. The only thing I know is CPR. And the things that you need to know as a caregiver. Okay, so I know how to do CPR. And that's another thing. Lady Snoop was talking on her. She was trying to figure out how was this lady giving this man CPR and talking on the phone. Well, here's the thing. The phone was on speaker. The phone was literally had to be laying next to her, and next to him and her, because she was, while she was giving him CPR. When you're doing CPR, you're doing compressions, and then you're doing, breathing. You're not always breathing into the airway, because what you're trying to do is to keep the heart, keep it, pumping. But that was the reason why she was asking for a defibrillator, because really, if she had had a defibrillator, we might not even be talking about his death if it was his heart. But she didn't. But we got to stop with all the conspiracy theories. Stop blaming Black women. We had nothing to do with this man's death. How he took care of himself has everything to do with this man's death. You know, and yeah, we all know that Black doesn't crack, you know, so a lot of us look great on the outside. But what's most important is what is going on the inside. Do we have a healthy heart? Do we have, lung capacity? Is our blood circulating well? All of these things, y'all don't know. Even though I am, I check my blood pressure on a daily basis. Because just because I look like this doesn't mean that I could not potentially get high blood pressure. But praise God, my blood pressure is normal. And that's probably because when I was younger, I generally had lower blood pressure. Get that from my mother. I think it's because I have no RH like she did. I'm the only one of my siblings, actually, that has no RH in their blood. But, I'm watching my blood pressure. I'm making sure that I'm, getting as close as I can to 10,000 steps a day. Most days I'm somewhere in the 6,000 to 7,000 steps range, because I'm at home. So that's literally me going up and down stairs here, because, but I got to do better. I do. I know I do. But all these conspiracy theories, people blaming Black women, we ain't got nothing to do with this man's stuff. Now, I'm not out here dancing on his grave. I'm not in support of that. Although I know that there are people that are, and I know that there are content creators, like myself, that knew this man before he blew up and had already had words with him, and they're continuing to be exactly where they were before, and that's their prerogatives. I wouldn't change my talking points either. My condolences go to his family, and I do have to roll back about him never saying anything as it pertained to Christianity, because I did hear one of his conversations that he had with this young lady who was a Christian, and just from that conversation with her, I would say that he had a background in church, because he, referred to some things that he had done previously. I'm not going to go. And he actually gave that particular young lady some sound advice. I am going to be doing a coffee talk coming up in regards to Christian marriage, and whether, about whether it's worth the wait to not have sex until you get married. And how there's some dynamics that are different around that. And shouts out to Rebecca Pope, because she's done some talking around that, because she's a PK. But when you're talking about the dating dynamics of church girls and guys, it is a different than when you're talking about dating. And for those who are not, bringing, their religious values into their dating game. But I still stand by the fact that, for the most part, his talking points, it was not around, marriage, in my opinion. Now, before I get off of here, I've got one more thing that I want to talk about. Because this is, two more things. Tomorrow is March the 12th. And allegedly, a certain YouTuber has a meeting tomorrow with the courts in the state of Pennsylvania. So, yeah. And it's a Zoom meeting. So that's going to be very, very interesting. I think I'm going to be floating around here because several content creators are going to be sharing that Zoom meeting from the courthouse. Yes. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Now, apparently he's going to be, we're talking about old folks, on there via Zoom. But it's going to be very interesting because it's being alleged that Miss Hazel is still alive. So I guess we're going to find that out tomorrow. We're going to find that out tomorrow. Now, I'm rolling from that into this in regards to another YouTuber being doxxed and losing his job because of what they call, I guess, a moral clause. And his YouTube shenanigans. But check this out. How did his job know about his YouTube shenanigans? Well, I'll tell you how. Because some other freaking YouTubers called his job and gave them this information and made this man lose his job. Now, does he have a case? I think so. And I'll be surprised if some folk don't get served. And if he doesn't go after some people legally. Now, with all the roasting and gagging y'all do on here, when y'all go after people's employment, and this isn't the first time that this happens, y'all on some other stuff. Some other stuff. I don't even get it. Like, what the F are y'all on? Now, see, what all you have done is now you have now this person who you thought that you was gonna get rid of because you made them lose their job. Now they don't have nothing to lose. So now they're gonna be on here all the time. And now they're gonna be worse than they were before. So how did that help? What did y'all do? Don't look like y'all broke them at all. Don't look like you broke them at all. And people getting on here talking about how bad they were and just talking about how they lost their job and just, what is wrong with you people? But I guess those will be the same people that are going to be rejoicing in, you know, when this man loses his house tomorrow. Now, I'm not rejoicing in it, you know, because I told this stupid fool things that he could do. However, if in fact Miss Hazel is still alive, then yeah, bankruptcy wouldn't probably help him because he's not the only person on the property. And see, if she's also on the property, she would have to file bankruptcy too. And I don't think she's going to do that if she's still alive. So we're going to see what happens in regards to that. But I'm certainly not sitting here rejoicing over that because that whole situation, he put himself in this situation. This man has had plenty of time to take care of what's going on. He's chosen not to take care of these things. Chosen not to. 2020 ain't got nothing to do with his situation. He wasn't paying his bills before then. He's just using that as an excuse. That's all he's doing. So, yeah. So I'm about to get out of here, you guys. I am working on content for both channels. The poem that I'm working on, I'm still editing it. Here's the poem. I'm gonna show it to you. So y'all can't see, but you see this? This is part of it in English, and then this is part of it in Spanish, because that's the way I have to do it. You know, I don't think in Spanish, unfortunately. I'm getting better at thinking in Spanish, but I think in English. So I have to think in English and then translate it to Spanish for me right now. And so that's all done, but now I am working on my visuals. You know, the digital visuals for the poem. So it should be out by Friday, the 13th. And I am also working on several videos for this channel, even though I just pushed out a couple. I'm still working on several videos for this channel. I'll be back on Friday on this channel, on Friday the 13th on this channel. For Not So Random Chat. However, I'm probably going to do Getting Verbal in the Den on Saturday. The reason why I'm probably going to do it on Saturday is because the purge starts on Friday night. And if you don't know about the purge, I invite you to go see Auntie's channel. It is time for the annual purge on Friday the 13th. And that will be the time where people will be getting on Auntie's platform and telling people where they can go and fighting out whatever battles they have to do. Now, I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I'm going to be there with my popcorn and my wine to watch the foolery going on. The last time he did this, the winner was Angry Man. The time before that, it was Bomb Cherry. So it's going to be very interesting to see if, I don't know, if some of y'all beef sector folk come on over there and jump in on this purge. Because, you know, we're already in the merge and purge, so. But I will definitely be back on here. I just haven't made up my mind as to whether I'm going to do Getting Verbal in the Den on Friday or Saturday night. My inclination is that I'm going to push Getting Verbal to Saturday. That's what my inclination is. But we'll see how I'm feeling between now and Friday. Because, you know, I think I'm going to be doing another karaoke contest on Friday too. Yeah, there's a lot going on Friday. But anyway, you guys, I will see y'all back here in person, live and in color on Friday. And I'll see y'all out in these YouTube streets in the meantime. But yeah, some of y'all need to get it together. Calling people's jobs, making them lose their jobs, that's like insane. Insane. You know, insane. But I'll be back on Friday. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see you guys. I'm out here. Peace. Bye, guys.
Well, guys. Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.